Hey, you're watching Velo News TV. I'm Neil Rogers here at the start of Stage 16. We're in Cuneo, Italy after the second rest day of the tour. I want to ask you a little bit about how your rest day was, but first, the last time we saw you, you were at the top of Porto Novoso and Stage 15. You had a crash. The whole team, more or less, had gone down. Take us through the crash and how you're feeling.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in these stages, and we've got Christian in the classification overall, the idea is to protect him as much as possible, and it was a little bit windy there on the flat, and the rain started to come down a little bit on one of the roundabouts, and it doesn't take much in Italy. It's a little bit of rain on the road here, and it seems to be like ice. So there's the first few guys in the peloton crashed, and 50 guys after them crashed as well on both sides of the roundabout. So it's a pretty spectacular day.
So, in a moment like that where you're sliding and there's guys in front of you crashing, guys behind you crashing, is there anything you can do to protect yourself? Do you roll to the shoulder? Do you put your hands in front of your face? Do you go limp?
It's always, I always have a habit of just putting my hands over my face sort of thing and curling up as small as possible. Whether that helps or not, I don't know, but it's like a fight or flight sort of response, I guess. But, there's not really much you can do. And actually, I was thinking the other day about how crazy it is because, even coming off the top of the Col d'Angelo there, we're doing 80 k's an hour down the descent in the rain, and we have nothing protective. The only protective thing we have is a helmet, So I just reiterated to me how crazy we actually were.
Yeah, obviously that's the descent where Oscar Pereira went over the guardrail. It's a spectacular crash. Well, what about injuries? I mean, are you hurt? Are you scraped up? Are you sore? Are you stiff?
I'm an old guy, so every time I fall down now, I'm a little bit tight the next day. So a little bit better today than yesterday, but certainly nothing that's really going to hinder me too much. And a bit of skin off here and there, but good thing is that skin always grows back.
And I asked George Hincapie the same question a few minutes ago. What was the highlight of the rest day for you? I mean, what do you look forward to most on the rest day? Is it just sleeping in, or?
For me, I just actually enjoyed my ride. I love riding my bike, and it's nice to just be out on the bike for a little bit and just riding easy and at your own speed and just looking around. We're at the base of the Alps here, so it was did a nice little ride up to the valley and just took in the scenery and some good fresh air.
2 more stages in the Alps. We've got a 25-kilometer descent ending the stage today. 3 categorized climbs tomorrow with the finish atop Alpe d'Huez. Let's talk about today. I mean, say you are in one of the second or third groups, even a gruppetto, over the last climb. What kind of speed are people going to be going down the descents? I mean, are people actually racing down, or is everyone just sort of riding together at the finish?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's going to depend a lot on how close we are to the time cut. If we've got time to spare, we're obviously not going to take any unnecessary risks or anything like that. So, if we get to the top and we've got time to spare, we'll take our time. But, it could well be today's stage is particularly dangerous for missing the time cut because it's a short stage, 157 kilometres, and we've got two big climbs. Whereas in the longer stages, the time cuts, the races, the stage takes a bit longer, and you've got a bit more time to be within the time cut. So, even when we're in the gruppetto today, we're going to have to still ride pretty hard.
And in terms of setting Christian up for the climbs, is there a succession or an order on the team? You stay with Christian early, you're with him later. Who's where, when? Yeah,
I mean, basically, we've got myself and Muskan and Danny Pate to try and look after Christian as much as possible before the climbs. And then once we get onto the climbs, we've got Trent Lowe and Dave Miller to try and stay with him as long as possible on the climbs and hopefully help him over the top of the first climb, down the descent, and into the last climb.
It's got to be exciting for you all. I mean, you came into the race with hopes of Christian doing a top 10. Became evident quickly that top 5 was attainable, and now a podium spot or perhaps a win is within reach. I spent a little bit of time with the team yesterday. It seemed very relaxed. Everyone seems to be taking the pressure in stride.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, things have been better than we expected so far. The team's ridden really well, and things have just fallen into place. And whether we finish on the podium or not is not really such a big factor for us now. We just want to continue our performance the way that we've been going, and give Christian the best chance that he's got to be on the podium. And I mean, it looks very, very possible. He's got. It's going to take a lot for CSC to. They're going to need to put 2 or 3 minutes into Christian today and tomorrow. So because Christian's easily going to take that back on the time trial. So it's going to be the most exciting tour in a lot of years, I reckon.
Yeah, well, Julian, thanks as always for the time. We've got a lot of viewers sending in emails. I've got them queued up here, but we're out of time. If we don't get in our car, we're going to be stuck behind the race. So keep sending them in to VeloNewsTV at competitorgroup.com. I swear one of these days we'll just run through 10 of them.
All right, maybe questions tomorrow then.
All right, thanks, Julian.